Hey everyone! Let's have a look today at Monster Loves You. This is a super cute little game where you play a monster that has to survive not only the monster world, but the human world as well. So let's play! Help me begin your story. How does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the Whale Mist. That's right, long ago, nested in the heart of the forest was the monster village of Omen. You are born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for... Let's do actions and attitude. Now keep in mind that whatever you choose does have effect later on. So try not to make your decisions lightly. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of fighting and eating and screaming, facing frightening enemies unafraid, protecting innocent monsters from harm. Let's face frightening enemies unafraid. I got bravery. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It's time to be born. Okay. So, here you can see our stats, and they have impact on what you do later on. Or even now, you awaken in a chilling season, just as the air begins to turn crispy cool. Onward! Your eye is open. Your morsel just barely spawned. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Try to swim or kick out your legs. Let's kick out our legs. You bend and squirm, making your tiny legs grow and strengthen. Swim around the spawning vat. Your legs are strong, but most importantly, you feel no fear. Darn straight. You paddle in a circle, then go back and forth, ignoring other morsels who hiss and spit at you. Keep swimming. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small sharp teeth. It bites you. What? This is intolerable. Stop that biting. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. So I can resist it, kill it, or unite other morsels. Well, I'm going to be a brave and tough monster, so I am going to... let's resist it. You push away the hungry morsel away with your little arms, but it circles around you, tries to bite you again. Your legs grow strong as you kick and shove. You will not be food. Refuse to be anyone's first meal, or last meal for that matter. You climb on top of the other morsel and force it to the bottom of the spawning vat. It starts to break up into pieces as it struggles. Let it go or hold it down. Let it go. You release the morsel violent no longer. It will have to grow a new mouth to replace the one it lost. Such is the fate of those who oppose you. Yeah, we will be strong, but we won't be cruel. Brave, but kind. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel's too weak to swim properly. It's sinking towards the bottom of the spawning vat. So, ignore it and swim on. Too bad, but these things happen. Oh no, that's terrible. You feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsel's impending demise. If only you could do something about it. Let's do something about it. You swim to the morsel, determined to act. Get under the morsel and push it up. Try to think of something. Well, I'm brave, so let's just push it up. As you push up, the morsel's dead weight forces you down. Your legs come to rest against the bottom of the spawning vat, where they begin to squish. Keep pushing, you're not giving up. Your feet are breaking up among the solid clumps of the floor of the vat. No, still not giving up. Your legs are gone now, but you stretch your arms and body, changing your slimy shape to hold the other morsel up to the surface of the slime. Morsel out of danger? Yes. Don't grieve, it's logical. The needs of any one monster are as important. Your body dissolves as you push one last time. The other morsel breaks apart, as any other. Two dissolving morsels reach for each other. They come together in a single mass, a new morsel. You two are and always will be one. Ah! You have grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Any advice? You're going to get into trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, and kindness and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? To the Brood Cave! Alright, we are super brave. We need to work on our ferocity a bit, because what's the point of being brave if you're not strong to back it up? So let's choose our adventure. This looks like a fight. Let's do it. What's that noise? Buzz, buzz, buzz. So annoying. Chainsaw and Smark run from the ground, covering their ear holes. It's getting louder! Louder! Try to do something about it. What was that? I can't hear you over the buzzing. Try to do something about it. What was that? Sorry? Try to do something about it! Alright, you head in that direction, wincing in pain. You see Blots and Gobclaws flee from the passage where the sound is the loudest. Approach cautiously or act quickly? Act quickly. Ooh. Your claws tear into a papery lump before you realize it's a stab wasp nest. The wasps sting you many times, but you crush them by the hundreds. Finish it! You rip the stab wasp nest to a pile of shattered fragments. The few remaining wasps crawl away, the horrible buzzing of their wings silenced at last. Okay. Well, we didn't have any cleverness, thankfully, but we got some ferocity at least. Let's see. Snake. What's that noise from the spawning vat? Go and see. You rush over. A big snake is eating helpless morsels. They moan and cry, but it doesn't stop. What? Bring it on, snake. You puff yourself up and approach the snake. It glances at you and swallows another morsel whole. Hey snake, you're what's for dinner. You pounce on the snake. It's 5 times your length and twice your weight, but your claws cut its skills like they were paper. Let's share the snake meat with the morsels. It's only fair. Soon you and the morsel are enjoying a meal of snake meat. The morsels peep with primitive gratitude. Nice. Wolf. Suddenly a fox runs into the cave. It yips, looking over its shoulder, and runs behind a big rock. Is that snarling and growling outside as well? Judging by the commotion, yes. There's a pack of wolves in hot pursuit. They seem reluctant to come into a cave full of monsters, even little ones like you. So we can scare the wolves away? Get the fox out? No. Run and attack the wolves. Well, there's a lot of wolves, which is not very smart, so let's make a lot of noise. Motioning laughter can be disturbing if you're not ready for it. The wolves run off, fearful for their lives. Stupid wolves. Oh yeah. The fox crouches on the cave floor, clearly terrified. Let's talk to it. This one doesn't seem to be a talking fox, just a fox. Okay. Disappointing. So we can eat the fox or leave it alone. Let's leave it alone. The fox runs from place to place within the cave, keeping out of reach of any monsterling who shows any interest. Look at that bushy little tail. Look at that cute little nose. Eventually, when the coast is clear, the fox leaves the cave. You swear it winks at you as it goes. Maybe it secretly was a talking fox. Who can understand such things? I was lied to! Ah well. So a feather, a footprint, and different faces. Let's go for the footprint. You and Nash Nash spot Blistry and Smark playing a game. Nash Nash says, I got an idea. Who are Blistry and Smark? Blistry thinks she knows everything. Smark never talks, but he can climb like he's half lizard and half spider. They're close friends. Okay. So, what's Nash Nash's idea? Nash Nash says, look at the mushrooms all over the place. I hear they're tasty, and they won't miss a few if I take them. Ask what's so special about the mushrooms. Why do they have to be special? Isn't being tasty enough? Why do you hate delicious things? She has a point. I agree. Okay. So let's help steal the mushrooms. Ooh. You creep close to the game. Blistry and Smark are trying to figure out some rule about placing the mushrooms with spots on them. They don't notice you. Sneak a few. Oh, come on. You and Nash scoop a few mushrooms from the edge of the playing area, slink away. They're pretty tasty, although a little musty. Oh, that wasn't worth it. We lost all our honesty. I suppose it makes sense. It wasn't very honest. And I was like, oh, I'm going to be a kind person. Steal some mushrooms. Whoops. Sorry. We had to try. You're halfway towards becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. Okay. So let's try to be a little bit more honest. I was seeing if there was anything special, like getting some more ferocity or cleverness, but no. It just says, oh, you're an asshole. Oh well. You're at the entrance of the Brood Cave. Monsterlings aren't supposed to leave, you know. Why not? Monsterlings, through sometimes swift and often tough, aren't as swift or tough as full-grown monsters. It can be dangerous. On the other paw, nobody's looking. Go outside. Haha! The streets of Omid are mostly empty, but you see some larger, older monsters coming this way. I can turn myself in or run to the forest. I'll turn myself in. The tall, icy elder looks down at you with a grave expression. Did someone put you up to this, youngster? Nope, it was entirely my idea. The elder scowls. Well, alright. Go back to the cave and I won't hurt you. Alright, look at all that. We have 3 days left, so 3 more icons. Let's do this fight. Blistry climbs on top of the lichen pile. Or lichen pile, my apologies. She refuses to let any other monsterling eat, proclaiming herself ruler of the lichen pile. Oh, come on. Destabilize the pile. While Blistry's fending off some of the other monsters, you sidle up to the lichen pile. There's a huge piece of lichen towards the bottom and one big old bear bone down there. Let's grab the bone, see what happens. Grab the old bone and twist. The lichen pile collapses. Blistry is buried in the stuff. The other monsters rush in and start eating or kicking Blistry or both. Ow. Injured arm. Elder Jaggery walks into the cave, rocking from foot to foot. He howls and slams into a wall and falls unmoving to the floor. Monsterlings scatter away from his still form. Let's help him. You creep over, afraid but determined, and see a human's metal knife stuck in Jaggery's back. He's leaking from the wound. You think he might die before help can get here. Okay, so pulling out a knife in general is a very, very bad idea. But we're gonna do it anyway. Just for this game. Whoa! You grasp the knife in your little claws and pull, and rock it back and forth and pull some more. A gash of red covers you, but Jaggery starts to breathe normally. That is a very bad idea, but okay. So there is a secret stat called Advanced Neurosurgery, and it's really great. I haven't gotten it yet, but apparently if you get as much as you can, you get a special ending as well. Let's do the surprised face. You notice a line of ants marching in and out of the cave. They seem to be building an anthill. Ants? Let's take a close look. They're red ants. They look angry. Big pincers in front, big stingers in back. Deal with them before they bite everybody. As you draw close to the line, some of the bigger ants click their mandibles at you. Let's scare them away. You snarl, spit, and puff your breath on the ants. They scatter before you. Only a few remain, and you can just step on those. Monsterling smash! Nice. Let's see. Bravery, cleverness, kindness. Oh my, you wake up and find that you're no longer a little monsterling. You're growing up. Whoa. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. She looks grave. Alright, let's go. Marinus shuffles down a long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Keep going. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. Jump right in. You fall and fall some more. And fall, and you're falling. And other monsterlings are falling? Yes, some of them are crying. I can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Maybe clouds. Moans and groans and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on smooth flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as bone. You hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still falling. Let's cushion their fall. Oof, you don't see who you helped. Whoever it is rolls away into the thick fog without a word. Gratitude is not important. You rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, while others look determined. Take charge! The other monsters watch you curious. So let's lead the way. You strike out with courage and confidence. The other monsterlings follow you. Choosing turns and forks at random, you soon walk into a cave full of even thicker mists. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor. Except it's not any of these things, it's ghosts. Hundreds of them, small and large. They're everywhere. Spoopy. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you. Their eyes glow different colors. Stand fast! They all speak in many voices. They ask, do you fear? Yeah. Your answer echoes back to you louder and louder. You crouch down trying to hide from noise and fall unconscious. Here's how I'm doing. Oh my gosh, I am strong. Not sure what that is. And the rest is falling a bit behind though. Apologies for that, I had to switch off my Discord. Okay, let's continue. You wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. Nice. So let's start living as an adolescent monster. Ooh, enter the big bad world. I look so weird, I'm like a blob. Last time I looked completely different, that was pretty cool. So, let's enter the big bad world. Adventure! Danger sign, always a good sign. Canelo Eslet limps towards you. He points one huge eye at you and cackles. I got a shock working on the power line and it's still down. Help me out? Of course. You soon find yourself dangling from the power lines of the main street of Omen. The break is ahead and it could get dangerous. So fast or slow? Let's take it slow. Not sure if that works though. You help patch the power line before much more electrical fluid leaks out. It's not easy, but you manage to avoid getting any fluid on yourself. Okay, nice. This creepy person that looks like Slender Man. You, Nashnash, and Gobclaws hide in a stand of prickly thorn bushes, watching human children run back to their bus. What's that they left? Shiny red, round things? It's a scooter! Firsties! You all charge out of the bushes only to trip over each other and land in a big ball of feathers, scales, and fur. Now what? Nope, mine! Kicking the other in the face, you lunge towards the scooter, only to be tripped by last second by Nashnash. She scoots away, laughing at you. Oh well, fair's fair. She won. Mosquito. After the rain, the last puddles linger. Looking into one, you see hundreds of tiny wriggling bugs. Oh, look at the little bugs. The tiny bugs come to the surface of the puddle, breathe a little air, and swim down again. They don't seem to be fighting each other. Oh, study them a bit more. You think they're baby mosquitoes. The puddle will probably be gone before they can grow up and escape from it. That's kind of sad. Even as you stand there looking down at it, the puddle's slowly shrinking. Blistry joins you, looks at the bugs and says, "Hey, a snack." Let's lecture her on the life cycle of mosquitoes. Other monsters stop and listen as you compare the baby mosquitoes to morsels swimming in a spawning vat. You explain that mosquitoes take on another form as they leave the water, much like mossling coming out of a brood cave. You begin listing differences between mosquitoes and monsters, but the crowd has wandered away now. Your moment in the spotlight is over. Eat them or let them live? No, I hate mosquitoes. Nom. Yummy! Well, that's okay. I had fun and I had some mosquito snack. Nom nom nom. You and Gobclaws are playing Toss the Kitten. You were winning 2-1 when crash, you miss. Whoops. The kitten shatters Hamrack's window. Uh-oh. Hamrack comes crashing out of the hovel, still asleep. Half asleep, but all the way angry. Who did this? I'll drown you in the spawning vat. I cannot tell a lie. Hamrack whirls and glares at you so hard that you feel heavy and hot. His eyes begin to shine with a weird red light. Oh, really? It was me. Really? Thanks for telling me who did it. Hamrack doesn't actually drown you, but he lashes out with a terrifying kick. Ouch! Honesty can't hurt. You roll halfway to the edge of the town where you try to fail and stand up. Too dizzy to do anything at all. Ah. Being honest has its drawbacks. You see Jaggery in a haze of buzzy, angry, swollen yellow bees. He looks like he stole a beehive off a tree and took it home. You can see why. Honey is irresistible. Jaggery motions you to help him. What's the situation like? They can't kill us, but they can make sure we've been in a fight. Oh, painful. Let's help him out. Sure, why not? Just standing there thinking about it, you get stung twice. The bees are getting angrier and angrier. Jaggery frowns and asks, what do we do? Well, let's put it... We can chase them away in the smokehouse, which would be super clever. And we can put them in a garden, which would be kind. I think waving them away just sounds super stupid. Let's put it kindness up. Oh, it's cleverness. Oh, that's strange. Many of the bees calm down and leave to check out the flowers. Yay! Something smells good. You and Gobclaws find a trail of feathers at the edge of town. Following, you find an eagle with a bleeding wing. Is that good? For several hungry monsters? Possibly. For two small ones? Probably not. This eagle is big. And hurt or not, he could mess you up pretty bad. Let's get help for him. You leave Gobclaws to guard the eagle and run to the spine doctor. She brings salves and a soothing salve. Bandages, sorry. Help the spine doctor tend to the eagle. The spine doctor works quickly and soon the bird can fly again. The doctor says he will need to rest for some time as soon as he returns to his nest. We're doing pretty good on stat-wise. Loud drooly snapping sounds come from the square, where you see Prof Rock single-clawed taking on a rampaging pack of wolves. He grunts to you for help. Are these wolves a threat? Why not? Oh, apparently not. So we can help him. Stand back, maybe try to distract them, push Prof up to save out the wolves. Let's help him scare them away. Making your ugliest faces, you and Prof Rock terrify the pack, scattering the wolves into the forest. Okay. One more day left. Such a nice day today. Perfect weather to wander outside of town. You know you're not supposed to leave Omen until you're older. Well, let's leave. What glorious weather. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, squirrels are squirreling things away in their squirrel homes. Keep walking. Why not? You really don't see why young monsters are supposed to stay in town. What's going to hurt you out here? A squirrel? A tree? Is that a bear? Or a human? Everything's fine. It was probably a friendly badger or a clumsy bear. Silly old bear stepping on. Snap! There it is again. Nope, it's fine. You hear the sound again, then two more in rapid succession. Something is behind you in the cover of trees. Let's get ready for a fight. It's a human carrying a weapon made of wood and string. Is it she? She uses the weapon to fling another thing in your direction. Uh-oh. Ow. The sharp thing jabs into you and you shriek. The pain is worse than any claw or tooth. It's not a deadly wound, but it eats at your body and your mind. Hide in the trees. You duck into another row of trees and stay out of sight. The human flings two more wooden things in your general direction, but you stay quiet and she moves on. You manage to hightail out of there with your hide intact. You tell your friends who shudder at the account. Exciting. Oh, one more day. And let's go with something that looks like an explosion. You Nash Nash and the Scrapegoat are having an impromptu picnic in the street. The fresh moss you dunk in your tea is delicious. Some birds twittering and chirping in a friendly way crumble and circle and land among the crumbs. Okay. The birds start pecking at the crumbs, but then they start hopping onto you and pecking at you too. You have crumbs on you and they want them. Right now. Peck the birds back. Screw it. You peck furiously at the birds until most are vanquished. The rest of the picnic is peaceful. Nash Nash gives you 2 close up, and the Scrapegoat seems impressed as well. Yahoo! Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and have become an adult. You have been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. Who, the what, the why, the where now? They tell you it's time to grow up. You're taken to the woods. Okay. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, then whisper some more. Get on, getting on. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what best defines you as a monster. Wait patiently. After a while, the muttering stops. Finally, they have come to a decision. What is it? They are looming over me. What's happening? Ah. So now they're going to choose what is best for me. You see concern in some of their faces, but very little respect. Does a monster need respect? Uh-oh. Well, let's assign us a task. Someone calls you clever. Yeah, you're a real know-it-all. Ah, you knew it. Untangle it to prove you're smart. Uh-oh. Aha! You squint and turn the ball this way and that, and find the worst part of the tangle and worry it free. It gets easier after that. Yay, lay the light wire on the ground and smile. Alright. So somehow my Frosty has gone to 100%. And I have 5 respect. You're an adult now. Onward to adulthood. Politics with monsters and explore the whale mist. Ooh. Now it's getting serious, guys. A small pack of elder monsters are huddled at the edge of Omen, watching the woods and discussing something in hushed tones. Listen in. Elder Hamrak is saying, this could simply be a rumor. We don't know if they're out there for sure. What's going on? Some of the younger monsters have seen others in the whale mist. Monsters from no town we know of, thin and cold without food and shelter. They can come live with me. The elders are impressed by your unusual offer. They look at each other, then shift their conversation in the same directions. If the strange monsters come into Omen now, they won't be met with violence. Nice! Alright, let's explore the whale mist. Blood. Blood is always good. You stalk the forest, hunting an elusive swift elk. Suddenly it emerges from the underbrush, lowering its antlers and pawing at the ground. It's going to charge! Perfect, tear it apart. The elk charges, and you duck under it, slashing a hole in its chest. But instead of a heart, you find nothing. The elk turns, catches you with its antlers, and flings you into a tree. Oh, what the... The elk bounds away. It's unkillable. There's nothing that's unkillable after it. You keep chasing the elk until it pauses to drink from a stream. Then you spring at it without fear and tear it limb from limb, head from body, antler from skull. Roar! Wow! Its pieces are still twitching as you devour them. You are filled with a strange heat, but it soon fades. How bracing! Other monsters comment on the new swagger in your step as you return to Omen. Haha, respect. Some more politics. Let's go for this dicky thing. You look over your garden. Garden? Garden! Most hovels have gardens. Many monsters don't care, but some like to shove their herbs, spices and flowers. How's it looking? There are so many rocks there. Even if you don't feel like planting things, it looks bad. These rocks ought to go. Alright, time to do it. Start digging. All this work is a lot harder than you expected. You're not a natural digger like Molefoot or Shovel. I want to be called Shovel. Not all monsters pick good names. Just be glad you're not one of them. Okay. No, let's just keep at it. Dig. It's hard, but you eventually get better at it. Dig. The garden looks so much better. All that digging turned over the earth too. That's probably a good thing. The spine doctor, out for a stroll, stops to compliment your work ethic. You're not sure what an ethic is, but she always talks like that. Okay, let's explore some more. Fighting. Wild chickens are back in season and as delicious as they are mean. They are loose within the whale mist and the monsters are all hunting them down. Oh yeah! Chicken time! Deep in the woods you're looking for chicken scratch when you literally stumble over a hen guarding a cluster of chicks. The hen clucks and caws at you. Look at that hen, she's huge! Alpha hen. One eye and a host of terrible scars, okay. Let's fight her. Though the clucking makes your blood turn cold, you seize the great hen and fight until you're both a mess of feathers and blood. But victory is savory. Nash cheers so hard that two chickens she hasn't killed yet escape her grasp. Uh-oh. I'm getting mad respect though. Spiders. Today's the day of the Spinner 500, the big spider race. Winners are regarded highly by all around town. Let's do this. But your spider hurt her leg this morning. What should you do? It's a noble race. So, with a tear and a smile, you and your spider watch from the stands. The spider sucks the butter out of a piece of popcorn and gives you 4 tiny thumbs up at once. Ah. She rubs her healing leg and says, next year's the year if a bird doesn't eat me. Okay. Well, I'll keep her safe then. Oh, whoops. Let's go the other one. A flock of geese are in the square. No, honk. No one can talk, honk. Above the din, honk. Nash screams. Last one to drive them away is the loser. And she's on that human scooter she found. Oh, the scooter! Honk. I had to. Not you too, she's. Okay, we need something better. Let's hunt down a cool secret weapon of our own. You run to Hamrack's hovel and steal or borrow the fox pelt he uses as a doormat. Let's gear up. Plonking it on your head, you run towards the geese, growling and yipping. The geese swarm you. Uh-oh. You can think of 2 good options. Let's out-honk the geese. You honk so loudly the geese think you to be the boss goose and follow you to the nearest pond. Nash accepts the loss and scoots off. Nice. Oh yeah. The spine doctor has asked you to catch a special fox. It limps, she says, and it coughs. I need it quickly, if at all. What does she need this sickly fox for? No time for questions. Okay. After it. You go north to the forest, trailing the fox. As you get closer, you catch a glimpse of its ragged ears between 2 trees. The fox is limping slowly. Get closer. As you draw near, you smell something sickly sweet. The fox slumps and vomits green matter onto the forest floor. I knew slump was an official word. Your claws tremble at the thought of touching it. Nope, let's pursue it. Fox sickness can't harm a monster. The fox tries to scare you off at the last moment by throwing up again, but you snatch it in your claws. Return to Omen and present the plague fox to the spine doctor. The doctor accepts the fox with delight. You see, friends, this one shows promise. Haha! Spine Doctor squeezes the fox, forcing it to throw up into a row of rat cages. She says, now I can use the rats to make medicine, so we can cure animals we care about. Yay! Ooh, that sounds gross. Pointy finger. You show your newest collection of human artifacts to your neighbors. They seem suitably impressed and listen in. Say more! The truth is you just found them in the woods. But everyone seems so interested, it would be a shame to let them down. Monsters do love a story, so you could stretch the truth. Just a little lie. Ah. You tell how our talking fox, those news are everywhere lately, tried to beat you with a riddle contest in the artifacts as the prize. I won the contest by biting his head off. Everyone seems to believe you. Damn. A squirrel hops into a pool of sunlight, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to bury nuts and make something of itself. You drop on it from a branch, grab it and twist its head off. Delicious decapitation. A young wolf suddenly leaps in front of you, snaps the squirrel out of your claws and runs off, laughing and barking. Turn the tables on him. A second squirrel creeps up and pokes the discorporated head out of the first one. You grab the new squirrel and chew on it a little, thinking. Ooh. You grab a few more squirrels and pretend to be absolutely furious, stomping and waving your claws in the air. Such a good acting. Yes. Next you go back to Omen, who hand out squirrels, quietly telling everyone to hold onto them without eating them yet. Hey, you're standing right next to the scapegoat's pit. Indeed. The wolf tries her trick again and you dodge. She falls into the pit where the scapegoat meets her with her squishy horns and intimidating three-eyed glare. Nice, we got a wolf. You hear Grit Mitten telling younger monsters about the human that almost killed him. It's the pointy parts that get you. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away. He turns to you and says, isn't that right? A human knife is always dangerous. You calmly expand on Grit Mitten's tale, sharing what you have learned about the frightening blades of humans. Young monsters that they will treat such things with respect, even if nobody's holding one. Wait, what? You're following a deer into the forest, when the trail comes to an abrupt end just in front of the cave entrance. The hoofprints look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards on its own tracks. It's a trap! Okay, so what do you want to do about it, smart monster? Turn the trap against the deer, of course. You walk into the cave and find Hamrak taking one of its famous naps. The huge monster is known for its irritability when he's awakened. A twig snaps in the bushes. The deer is fleeing. Let's draw him closer. You shriek and crouch, readying your claws. Hamrak starts to wake up. Now, go! The deer has crept forward to watch you spring the trap. You catch it by surprise as you leap back out of the cave. You kill it with a single swipe of your claws. Nice. Hamrak stumbles out of the cave, half asleep but ready to fight. Let's give him some deer meat, why not? It's huge, right? You mollify the huge monster with half the deer carcass. Hamrak says, hey, you can wake me up anytime if it's going to be with a meal like that. Lots of respect. Gobclaws and you are arguing about what to have for lunch. She got to pick last time. Suddenly your favorite food flies down from the sky and perches within arm's reach. The magpie chirps, have either of you seen a cornfield around here? Your stomach growls. It's a talking bird, man, come on. Scream and flee! It's tough, but help the bird. Through gritted teeth and a sheen of sweat, you coolly tell the bird where to find a human cornfield. After it flies off, Gobclaw asks, why did you do that? Explain that one should help who asks, so the favor may be passed along. She nods at you. Sage thought, someday I might need help and the magpie could give it. But we still need real meat. Yeah. Come on, man, we gotta eat somehow. You scoop a big fish from the forest stream. As you're about to bite into it, it says, wait, I'm magic, I can grant you a wish. Why are seriously all the animals here magic and why can't I eat them? I can dispute it or I can... Sounds legit. Ah, sure, let's do it. Ah. The fish flops onto the stream bank trying to get back in the water, but you are in the way. It says, let me back into the water, I'll give you something you desire. Wish for something to eat. Fish wriggles and falls into the water. It uses his tail to flip a dozen crawdad onto the bank. Ooh, well that was totally worth it. Door. You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. What's happening over there? Saswaite, a new adolescent, doesn't understand how the windows in her hovel work. She's trapped her paws under a heavy pain. Ah, let's free her. You walk over and take a look. This should be easy for a grown-up monster like you. Let's lift the window. Saswaite seems afraid of you, but these things happen. She thanks you for releasing her from the window. You notice that a small crowd has gathered. Let's treat her arm. Tend to Saswaite's bruise with a salve made from flowers and mushrooms. Soon she feels no pain at all. The crowd applauds your helpfulness. Yay! Oh, you're growing old, my friend. Your body is very soft and you drip slime wherever you go. It's getting hard to leave your hovel. Uh-oh. Go see the spine doctor. Our time is almost up. Soon you'll reach the end of adulthood, and you'll either ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime. Well, let's prepare. A group of elders is waiting at the door of your hovel. They've seen your drippings. They know it's time for you to dissolve or ascend. Let's go. The elders of Omen surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath a small cauldron. Your body is squishy and damp. Ew. Okay. We can actually choose to dissolve. But let's see if we can become ascended. It's time to decide. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid spatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises into the air. Was that blood or slime? You can't be sure, depends on how much she respects you. The masked elder asks, who has already decided the fate of this monster? A few of the elders approach the cauldron to add fluid to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your claw. Let's look. Okay, let's pick one. We will test your kindness. Uh-oh. A huge elder carries another monster close to the cauldron. The other monster is half melted and hard to recognize. It's Nash Nash! No, Nash Nash! She's begun to dissolve like you and her condition is far advanced. We have decided that Nash Nash is too violent. There's a place for pure ferocity in our world, but it must be tempered with other qualities. The elder says, see her eyes? She still sees with pure rage. Perhaps you can calm her before the end. Let's console her. Nash Nash growls and lashes out at you. Your claws might be weak, but hers are the only part of her that are still strong. You bleed. Ignore the pain. Ignore it. You lean close, wincing slightly as she draws a new line of red from your hide and hug her tightly. She finally ceases her struggles. Goodbye, Nash Nash. The huge elder now picks up the unresisting Nash Nash and gently releases her into the spawning vat. She is gone. No, Nash Nash! Oh man, why? As you reach for the stone, someone shrieks in the distance. All eyes turn in that direction. You can realize that you can peek under stones if you're quick. No, let's resist the temptation. You wait a moment and the shrieking dies away. All elders turn back to watch you. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows a monster holding one claw up, speaking intently. The masked elder says, honesty, but you have just passed that test. Smile and nod. You hold a cauldron which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy. Look inside it. It's quite full. Alright, let's do it. Woo! You drink the bubbling concoction and then belch and howl. Your body solidifies almost instantly. You are an elder now. Yay! We did it! Wow, look at our stats. They're great. You are now an elder. You are welcome in Znak, the oldest of the monster towns. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you'll be able to affect both the way monsters and view humans and vice versa. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. Here we go. Is that me? I'm so cute and tiny. Let's do some politics. The spine doctor looks up from her current patient. She's working a human knife free from a younger monster's ribs. Humans are dangerous. Watch and listen. She says, humans? No claws, so they made their own. Awful thing, knife wound. Takes twice as much milkweed to patch up as a jaguar attack. Best steer away. Explain how they're not all about fighting. Success! That scary knife you explained is used to spread jam and bread. Real knives are much worse. The spine doctor nods, a little shocked. Nice. So I want to... So there is lots of different endings. But I think if you make the monsters view humans great, as nice, but the humans view monsters as bad, it's not that good. So let's see if we can help make the humans change their mind. You're splashing through rain gutters when you spy a human on the steps below. She snuffles and sobs into a tissue, a crumpled letter beside her. Oh, help the human. She squeaks and holds very still when you don't attack her. Okay. Finally she says, want to know why I'm crying? My parents say I must marry Ernst, but I do not love him. I'd wish he'd just go away. I can devour her. I will help her. She blinks away her tears and starts to laugh and sees that you're serious. She takes your claw in her hand and takes you inside. Uh-oh. Where two older humans interrupt their dinner to scream and jump away from you. Well done. Not. The older humans calm themselves and listen to her for you suppose the first time. They agree to reconsider the wedding. Yay! The younger human smiles and squeezes you, not trying to choke you, just to show you how much he appreciates your help. Winning! More humans! You decide to check out the Carmen Carnival Mupsi recently mentioned. Following her map, you take lefts and rights and straight-ons until you look up and... Uh-oh. Humans everywhere! What's that noise and smell? And that over there? Or that? Looks like an organ grinder, monkey poop, and mobs of human children. And a tiger! Wait, a tiger? A tiger is running through the crowd, right through the middle. Actually, that's because the crowd is scattering away from the tiger. Yeah, aren't we afraid of tigers? So... we can sabotage the humans, but we can also lure it away. You climb up a bunch of floating balloons and with a flex of your claws pop them. Pop! Colored scraps fly everywhere. The tiger looks around for the sound of the noise, spies you and charges. You lead it out of time but away from the frightened but safe humans. But I'm still in trouble, right? No? Okay. I like these little faces. What is this place? You're in a dark, dank, woody room that smells a lot like old jaggery. Mosey on in. Humans sit at a long counter and drink what looks like foamy cider. They seem sad and a little confused. Ah, drinking place. After a bit you see that there's a stool open, so you climb up and pop down on it. One of the humans starts muttering about his own problems. Can the human see what you are? He doesn't appear to have noticed you yet. Maybe he just doesn't care. Sure is dark though. Let's strike up a conversation. My wife just took my jellyfish, and my dog just ran away. He goes on and on what seems like a pretty awful conversation. Ah. He seems so sad already. Let's listen. You keep listening, clamping down on the urge to try and solve his problems before he's done complaining about them. He goes on and on, calling you Mac. He talks about pigskins and some sort of ball that he lost. Offer to help him find the ball. He laughs. Though it looks like he won't find it, he seems happier after talking to you. The doctor is in. He finishes his last drink and gives you a little pointy salute. You monsters is good people. Yeah! Love us, humans, love us. Ali Alleys are great places to find artifacts. Less so to find fat, small, crying human children. So what of it? One such fat, small child wanders over to you, clutching a lollipop. What's wrong? I'm lost. Do you know how to get to Plow Street? I think I stepped in poop. Ugh. Let's find an adult human. You drag the child, still crying, onto the sidewalk. A loud human in a louder dress swoops down on the child, fussing and clucking. Wave to her. She waves back before she realizes you're a monster. She shakes her head and stammers out her thanks. The child laughs and waves goodbye to you and bemused. His mother does the same. Yay! You're walking down an alley with a new paintbrush, almost new, fresh from the garbage, when suddenly, it's there, a human! Its face is red and angry and it's coming right at you! Angry humans are bad news! You came to the wrong neighborhood, monster. I'll teach you a lesson, good and proper. Drool out a puddle of slime. Admit fears about a coming monster-human conflict. You try, but excitement and fear fire your tongue's natural glibness. You can't help but spin a skein of lies. The human seems to recognize this and drives you away with a swift kick. No! Come on. An older human and many children sit in rows, in a hot, echoing room. The older human drones on while the children look at everything but him. The windows, the clock, even your hiding spot. He's telling them about life theology. You know about that. But judging from his expression, he doesn't seem to find it very interesting himself. Step in and show him how to teach. Yeah, you teacher. You burst into the classroom and everyone stops to stare at you. For one precious moment, no one does anything. Let's tell them about doctoring. You begin by telling them that one must know one's own heart to work with the hearts of others. The children listen to you go on about compassion and its use in healing. You explain how kindness is the only real virtue, the origin of all others, and by the time the class is over, you're hopeful that some of the children will go on to become doctors. Yay! You leave, surrounded by thankful humans. Nice. Look at that score. You watch as an elderly human tries to fix his house. He looks up at the leaky roof with a sigh as it starts to rain and goes inside. How bad is it? Looks like a trickle of water will get into the attic with the storm. From the storm. It might do some damage to the human's house. He also left his tools out. Let's do it. Help his roof. Success! The human hears the hammering above. He emerges just as you leap away. The repair's finished. 100%. Alright, let's work on the monsters now. You're arguing with Elder Emerk, who is much older than you, but a little slow on the uptake. She insists that humans don't farm chickens. They do, in fact, farm chickens. You go on about how plump and delicious the chickens become under human protection, and how many eggs they produce in their wooden nest boxes. Emerk rolls her eyes, unimpressed. Let's bring back a chicken as proof. You have no trouble getting onto a farm. You return with a chicken so fat it looks like a feathered balloon. Impressed, Emerk accepts the chicken and takes a bite. Another elder says, maybe the humans do have some redeeming qualities. Oh yeah. You're just concluding a thrilling speech to the elder elders. Finally, something goes smoothly. Snork, snark, rark, rark, snork. What a snack is that noise? Old Hamrak fell asleep in the middle of your speech. Again. His pig-like snout and 4 nostrils give his snores a poignant, yet thunderous quality. Cough gently. You'd have better success whispering at the moon. Hamrak keeps snoring. Talk louder to be heard over the snoring. Hamrak wakes up. He looks around and says, you know, humans are pretty nasty. They sharpen rocks and cut things with them. Also, they kill each other all the time. Humans don't do that anymore. You remind everyone that Hamrak's information is far out of date. Humans forge knives now and they only rarely kill each other. The old snouter says, suppose you're right. Look at that. I'm getting closer to human-monster friendship. Jaggery drinks deep from a jar of cider. He belches and the air goes wavy. Jaggery raises one claw. Humans. Humans are stupid. Lazy, worthless, stupid. And I'll fight any monster who says otherwise. No, because they brought us cider. The big monster hadn't thought of that. Jaggery gets very serious very quickly. The other monsters nod as they consider this important fact. You say, and if they had thought of that, what else have they thought of? Pushing the point home. Gritmitten shouts, might makes right. Prufrock replies, not always, we should talk more like the humans do. Agree with Prufrock? Okay. You explain how humans can come to a decision as a group without slashing or biting anyone. The other elders are intrigued by your words. When you start describing voting, they lose interest, but they agree that words hold great power. Voting? Boring. Canilo Aslet, electrical genius, holds his abacus, turning the rocks for you and the other elders to see. The calculations don't lie. All humans find out about monsters in 2 months. Their figures are rock solid, literally. We should prepare new hiding places. Well, yeah, of course they'll find out we exist, because I've been talking to them all this time. So, let's challenge him. You raise one claw and clear your throat. They've known about us forever, though. They tell stories of us to their children every generation. And yet, they've never risen up to destroy us all. I don't think it's going to happen this generation either. It's a load of swamp gas. Swamp gas, Canilo swears. I didn't account for that. Abacus in hands, he departs to recalculate his calculations. Okay, one last day left, guys. We can totally get that 100%. Blistery proposes a new plan to keep an eye on the humans. What is it? We'll take over an abandoned house in Carmen. Keep someone in there at all times and take expensive notes on everything they do. Okay. Several other elders seem to like that idea very much. They argue about where to establish their spy house though. Carmen has many empty buildings. What shall we use? Suggest a place that will encourage understanding. The expedition sets out immediately. Hiding in the unused upper floor of the library, they observe humans reading and learning. Nice. In short order, several elders learn to read for the first time. They seem impressed with their unsuspecting human subjects. Yay! Okay, we have literally 1 day left, so let's go see a human. Oh. As you walk through Porton Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't been easy, but you've built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. Yes, well respected indeed. Though monsters have always feared and loathed humans in the past, your work towards improving relations have paid off. Monsters have come to respect and like them. Well done. Yahoo! Meanwhile, humans, who once hated all monster kind, have come to understand that monsters aren't terrible evil things. Rumor has it that humans think pretty well of you. Yay! Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and young monsters alike are milling about in a great mob. What's going on? Humans! Humans are coming this way! Ooh. That's wonderful, we can talk to them. It's true. Both monsters and humans meet deep in the whale mist. There's considerable shuffling of feet and paws. Everyone wants to talk, but no one wants to make the first move. If only someone were to speak up. Yes, if only. A few of the other elders are looking at you strangely enough. Welcome, humans! You are my friends. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as you put your best claw forward. It's the first step of a long journey. A journey in which monster and human will cooperate in all things. Ah, universal prosperity. You dare to find the narrow gap between fear and hate. Now humans and monsters work together for the benefit of all. Yay! And so, monsters and humans worked, lived, and played together for many happy generations to come. Hooray for the future! Woohoo! And in the end, we have some really great stats. And that's it! Well, thank you everyone for looking at Monster Loves You with me. This is a super cute game. There are so many options. I have not even scratched the surface of what you can look at in this game. And it's definitely worth exploring all the things, seeing if you can become friends or enemies with humans or monsters. And even that's a few secret endings that I also still need to try to find, by the way. Hint, hint, neurosurgeon. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great day and see you next time.